Ever wondered who else, apart from Gandhi and Nehru, played a pivotal role in India's freedom struggle? Let's pull the curtain back on one of India's unsung heroes, Subhas Chandra Bose. Born to a prosperous family in Cuttack in 1897, Bose's journey to become a freedom fighter was far from conventional. His early years were marked by a thirst for knowledge, leading him across seas to England, where he pursued higher education. But the calling of his motherland was too strong to ignore. Despite securing a prestigious position in the Indian civil service, Bose chose to resign. He felt a compelling need to play a part in the struggle for India's freedom. This decision marked the beginning of a journey that would see him rise as one of the pivotal players in the Indian independence struggle. Bose's journey was just getting started, and so is ours. But how did Bose transform from a potential civil servant to a revolutionary? One might wonder. Our story brings us back to the early 20s, when Bose was a young man fresh from the University of Cambridge. He was initially set on a path to civil service, even topping the Indian civil service examination. But destiny had different plans. Bose's political awakening came when he witnessed the disparity and discrimination that his countrymen faced under British rule. This was the turning point when Bose decided to dedicate his life to the fight for freedom. He joined the Indian National Congress, a prominent political organization leading the national movement. Bose was an ardent patriot, and his fiery speeches resonated with the masses. However, Bose's ideas were not always in sync with the party. He had a fundamental disagreement with Mahatma Gandhi, the spiritual leader of the Congress. While Gandhi advocated for non-violent resistance, Bose believed that freedom could not be achieved without a fight. He was a man of action and was not afraid to confront the British. In 1939, Bose's ideological differences with Gandhi reached a boiling point. Despite winning the Congress presidency the previous year, Bose chose to resign due to the mounting opposition against his aggressive approach. This was a pivotal moment in his life. He chose his conviction over comfort, his principles over power. Following his resignation, Bose was targeted by the British authorities. He was arrested multiple times, and his activities were closely monitored. His radical ideas were seen as a threat to British control over India. Yet, Bose was undeterred. He was ready to seek help from outside, even if it meant collaborating with India's enemies. He was a man on a mission to free his motherland from the shackles of colonial rule, and for this, he was willing to do whatever it took. He was not just a patriot, he was a true revolutionary. What if we told you that Bose didn't fight the British alone, but with an army of his own? Yes, Subhas Chandra Bose, the unsung hero of India's freedom struggle, made a daring escape from British surveillance in India, setting course on a journey that would change the course of history. Bose, who was under house arrest in Calcutta, managed to give his captors the slip in the cloak of darkness. His journey took him through Afghanistan and on to Europe, where he sought help from the Axis powers, Germany and Italy, with a single-minded goal to liberate India from British rule. In Germany, Bose met Adolf Hitler, and in Italy, he met Benito Mussolini. Both leaders saw the strategic advantage of supporting Bose's cause. However, realizing that the real battle was to be fought in Asia, Bose left Europe for Japan. This was a move that would lead to the formation of the Indian National Army, or INA, in Southeast Asia. The INA was more than just an army. It was a symbol of hope, a beacon of resistance against the British. Comprising Indian prisoners of war and local volunteers, the INA was trained and equipped by Japan. Yet, it was Bose's leadership and his famous speech that truly galvanized the troops. "Give me blood and I'll give you freedom." Bose rallied his troops, instilling in them a fierce determination to fight for their homeland, and fight they did. The INA fought valiantly against the British forces in Burma and India. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, they inflicted significant damage on the British, shaking the very foundations of the Raj. Bose's dream of a free India was within reach, but destiny had other plans. Indeed, the INA was ultimately defeated, and Bose's untimely death in a plane crash remains shrouded in mystery. Yet his legacy lives on, reminding us of the indomitable spirit of freedom and the power of an individual's conviction to change the world. Bose's death in a plane crash in 1945 was a tragic end to a remarkable journey, but did it end his influence? Not at all. Despite the sudden tragic end, Subhas Chandra Bose's legacy lived on, shaping the course of India's struggle for freedom. When news of his death reached the soldiers of the Indian National Army, or INA, it was a crushing blow. Yet, it also served as a spark, igniting a renewed determination to fight for the cause Bose had laid before them. The INA, born out of Bose's vision, continued the fight for independence, inspired by his indomitable spirit. Back in India, Bose's death caused a public outcry. The country mourned the loss of a beloved leader, a revolutionary who had dared to challenge the might of the British Empire. This wave of public emotion was not lost on the British colonial rulers. It was a stark reminder of the growing resentment and the united front that was building against them. The trials of the INA soldiers, who were captured and prosecuted by the British, further stirred the Indian populace. The British intended these trials to be a deterrent to others, but they backfired. Instead, they became a rallying point for the Indian people, further fueling the demand for independence. The militant approach adopted by Bose and his INA was a departure from the largely peaceful resistance led by Gandhi and the Indian National Congress. This more aggressive stance presented a dual threat to the British, adding to the pressure on them. It's widely believed that this was one of the factors that influenced the British decision to leave India. Bose may not be as celebrated as other freedom fighters, but his contribution to India's independence is undeniable. His audacious spirit, his unwavering commitment to the cause, and his ability to inspire a sense of national pride among his fellow countrymen left an indelible mark on India's struggle for freedom. His legacy continues to inspire generations, reminding us all of the price of the freedom we cherish today. In just a few minutes, we've traveled through the life of an extraordinary man. We've seen Subhas Chandra Bose, a man who dared to diverge from Gandhi's path, a man who formed the Indian National Army from scratch, a man who left an indelible imprint on India's struggle for independence. His unorthodox methods, his unwavering courage, and his relentless pursuit of freedom all contribute to his enduring legacy. Subhas Chandra Bose, the unsung hero of India's freedom struggle, will forever be remembered for his bravery and unyielding spirit.